All right, here we have this delightful, incredibly accomplished lady. We just talked about all the world traveling you're doing for your big company. Now then, you are now about 10 months out from your rhinoplasty. Is that right?
Yes.
Perfect. And we have just compared the before and after pictures. And you know, before the surgery, we talked about certain priorities. You definitely didn't want to look done. You wanted to breathe. You didn't want any funny business with your breathing.
Right.
So, you know, now you've lived with this nose for 10 months, and you've just looked at the before and after pictures. Just tell us, what are your impressions? What's your thoughts?
Yep. So I am a very, very satisfied customer. So my top concerns and criteria in looking for, you know, someone to do a rhinoplasty was I wanted to ensure that none of the function of my breathing and nose was affected, and I did not want to come across as unnatural in the result. And so I have to say that all of those boxes have been checked, and I'm very happy.
Wonderful. You know, we see, you know, on the internet, on Instagram or social media and stuff like that, sometimes, and listen, each to his own, each to her own, either one, very stylized appearing noses. You know, I was just at a meeting in Europe, and they straight up refer to it as a Barbie nose or something like that. Some people want more definition as opposed to less, but I can tell you, in general, we don't want a very stylized looking nose that looks with a really pointy tip that's sort of slightly unnaturally turned up. You know, we want a nose that she could fly across the country, across the world, and sit next to somebody on a plane and talk to her for 3 hours, 5 hours, whatever, and say she looks stone cold natural. Whether it's rhinoplasty or the other surgeries we do. This is our fundamental priority. We want a harmonious nose, and you can look at the before and after pictures, and that blends beautifully with her face. Looks like the nose that she should have been born with, you could say, but doesn't look done, doesn't look, you know, like, oh boy, something's gone on here.
Yep.
So, and as you mentioned, you're breathing well, so that's good too.
So one of the things that you told me early on was if you get a nose job done correctly, that's very natural, that people will not, even people that know you very well, will not be able to tell exactly what is different about you. And I can tell you that the closest people in my life, my family and friends, without me telling them, were not able to tell that I got a nose job. So that is like unbelievable.
Isn't that something? And you know, we do say that all the time, like a broken record, because, you know, check it out yourself. You can look at the before and after pictures from the frontal view, from the side view. You and I look at the pictures, and it's not like this was some super subtle, barely can tell. You know, there is a clear, okay, kind of black and white difference. But, you know, you're sitting down at Thanksgiving dinner with your family, your cousin that you have to answer, your neighbor from 3 doors down, and they're not just being polite. They sincerely just feel you look great.
Yep.
And you see, that's what we're going for. Our philosophy in some sense is plastic surgery is like so many other things in life. You know, you want to, maybe it's simplifying, you want to look good without looking like you're trying real hard to look good. As soon as you look as though, well, geez, you know, Bob or Betty, you know, has clearly had a facelift, there's something going on with their nose, even if maybe the hump is off and the tip is a bit more refined, but it looks as though you had plastic surgery, in our book, you just lost, in our view. And so this is we love to hear that confirmation of what we tell you preoperatively. That's what actually happened post-op.
Absolutely.
Okay, so listen, thanks for your time. Here we have another delightful, happy customer, and that's what we're here all about. Thank you so much.